All right, so last season we managed to win a historic treble here at Como. In our second season, we won the Coppa Italia. As you can see, we also managed to win the Europa League here and win our first European trophy in Como's history. If I'm not mistaken, I think it is the first European trophy. I won't be surprised if it is. And we also did manage to win the Italian Super Cup as well. And in the league, we finished second behind AC Milan, 5 points off the title. We pushed them towards the final day, and in the end, they managed to win the title ahead of us. We also, well, you'll see here in the stats of the players after the incredible season they had. We had some great stats from the players. Again, to season 3, improve this team even more, and hopefully do well in the Champions League, and also maybe win the league this season. And here in season 3, despite winning the Europa League, finishing second in the league, 5 points behind league leaders AC Milan, and then winning in the Coppa Italia and the Super Cup, we've only been given 55 million to spend this season. So I'm kind of disappointed about the money we had to spend. I thought we were going to give about 70, 80 million to spend. That would be pretty nice for us to do so, because some of the transfers we could have possibly made are now impossible for us to make. Like bringing in a player like Samu, who actually is higher rated, is 83 rated, so it will be a first team striker most likely over Rafael Nel. It would cost us about 60 million to bring in, and bringing in a goalkeeper right now doesn't really seem like a priority to me. Now we have that budget to spend, because De Gea is a great goalkeeper. He can play for us in the first team for perhaps one more season. But bringing in a new centre back is more of a priority to me. So I think I'm going to spend big on a new centre back and maybe buy a cheaper backup striker to Nel, who will be a great player for us. I've got a few options that I can look at and bring in. We've got some good players on the bench. So we've got some youth academy players that are going to be loaned out, and some players that are going to be sold. Etc. We just don't need any more in the team. Well, let's get into season 3, improve the team even more, and hopefully, well, we're going to be in the Champions League this season, and hopefully compete in the Champions League pretty well, and also win the Serie A title. Because obviously last season we finished second, 5 points off the title, and season 1, we finished fifth, 5 points off the title again. So both seasons we finished 5 points behind the winners of the league, and hopefully this season we could end up winning the title ourselves and becoming our first signing here in season 3 to take over from the centre back spot from Bella Costa to partner with Umar Saleh is PSG centre back, the Brazilian Lucas Peralta, who people expected a bit more when he joined PSG from him. He's still a young defender, still needs time to develop and get used to the league and get into form, etc. So I think he still will be a great centre back in the future. We signed him here for 25 million, 80 rated, 22 years of age. We spent half a budget on it, obviously 25 million is pretty much half for 55 million. But centre backs we were looking to bring in like the likes of Delioro and Calafiori would have cost us the whole budget, but Beraldo is a great transfer and a fairly cheap one for the player that he is. 25 million for an 80 rated centre back who's 22, who's very good as well. It's pretty much a steal from PSG. And joining here from Sporting for about 3.8 million, around 4 million is Travassos, the young Portuguese driver, 22 years of age now in this career mode, 73 rated. Obviously, with the money that we don't have, or with the money that we do have, we kind of have to be a bit more crude and business-minded in our decisions, and bringing like a young talent, someone 73 rated, 22 years of age, we can grow this into like a 75, 76, maybe a 77, and will be a quality backup right back for us. And Travassos actually joins us here to join his fellow Portuguese compatriots and former Sporting teammate Enel in the team. All right, so in terms of our backup striker position, we need to bring in a backup striker better than Cutrone, because Cutrone is getting on in his age. I think he's at 29 now in this series. Obviously, 77 rated, a decent backup striker still. But obviously, we need to replace him now in the Champions League. We could bring in a young talent like Costulas, who does have 87 potential, so he can rival Rafael up front for the striking position, maybe down in the future. Obviously, a very good striker, very similar to Rafael Nel in terms of the height profile and the player profile. Sorry about that. He's got good pace, good shooting, decent dribbling. So he would need a better development in the team, and obviously would be a player for us to work on because he's got very good pace, decent dribbling and stuff like that. Could be a quality player for us off the bench and play in the second team. We also have Ten Steck, the 26-year-old Danish striker from Benfica. Obviously, he's been doing pretty well for them, if I'm not mistaken, the past couple of years. He's been a pretty good striker for them. So he's a more experienced option. Could be a great striker for us, as he's very much like a finished player. I mean, he only has 64 composure, which is lower than I thought it would be. But he's got decent finishing and decent stats, as you can see here. Obviously, it would cost us a little bit more money, between 14 and 17 million for him. We also have a foreigner here, the former Chelsea striker. At this point, he's now playing for Parma in this series. So he's a more expensive player on this shortlist. Obviously, being a younger talent, obviously one of the high rate players here as well. He's got decent slashing, you can see as well. A pretty good striker, obviously very pacey, pretty good dribbling as we know, and pretty good finishing as well for a player of his quality. Would be pretty good for us as a backup striker. Could also rival Nel in the first team for the first team striker position. We also have Hollerback, who would cost us between only 8 to 10 million, which I think would be a steal for a player of his quality. The German striker playing for Union Berlin. So he's pretty good quality. He's got rapid, quick step and relentless as his play styles. very good pace. As he can play cam on right mid as well. There's a versatile player for us. Got pretty decent stats as well. Good finishing, good composure, great dribbling, and pretty good passing as well for a striker who can also play cam. It will be a pretty good player for us. He's 25, 5'11", 77 right. He can play cam, striker, and right mid, and it would be fairly cheap for us to buy. We also have Justin here, whose last name I'm not going to attempt to pronounce right now, so I'm going to butcher it. Again, a fairly cheaper player, 25 years of age, German. The only issue with him is he is very much all pace. And as a backup striker off the bench, that isn't the worst thing. Obviously, coming in late in the game around the 60th minute mark. And looking into the stats, similar to the other players, I think he's got very good pace, good dribbling, and pretty decent shooting in terms of composure. Isn't the best, but his actual stats in terms of shooting department is pretty good. As you can see right there, obviously 6'25", a decent German striker, could be a good player off the bench for us. And the last striker here for us to choose between is Vertessen, the striker teammate of Hollerbach at Union Berlin, the Belgian striker. Obviously, a fairly expensive player, 15 to 18 million compared to the money that we do have. Obviously, that's fairly expensive. We only have like 28 million to spend. Obviously, that's not a fairly expensive striker in terms of the grand scheme of things. But 5'9", good pace, pretty good shooting. Again, a versatile player, can play striker, left wing, and cam, and will be a very good player for us off the bench. We can see by his stats, good composure as well, good finishing and dribbling, etc. Basically, all these strikers are around the same kind of like play style, other than I believe Tenstedt, who's like the slowest player here. As you can see, Kostulis is the younger talent with the pace and needs to be developed more in the shooting department. But the other players are decent in front of goal. So let me know down below, which one of these strikers we should try? Should we go for Vertessen, Justin here, Hollerbach, Fofana, Tenstedt, Kostulis, or which one of these should we go for to be a backup striker this season? Alright, so it's time for Beraldo to make his debut here. Brings his former team of PSG, won the Champions League last season in his club, and we won the Europa League last season. Let's get into this one up against them, and hopefully win away for super good games. Our first few games of the CR season as well. We face Milan and Roma, I believe, in our first couple of games of the season, and they're going to be tough games as well to face them in. Let's get into this one, and hopefully Beraldo can get to a good start on his debut here at Como. You've got Gyökeres up front, okay. Soleil, good challenge. So he was playing left side of centre-back last season, now playing right side of centre-back. We'll see him more because he's right forward. It's ball over the top into Gyökeres, who plays it inside it to Ousmane Dembele. And Dembele is set by Beraldo there. Good challenge there from the Brazilian. Kekeredo as well. Nick Paz over the top here, looking for Diao here. Takes a touch, hits it De Gea. Well, not De Gea, Ederson, what a good save there from him. Nell's in behind it, great pass from him. Nell shoots and scores to make it 1-0 to Como. 25 minutes into the game here. We take the lead. Ederson stopped us once, but he couldn't stop us that time. And Rafael Nell, who possibly will have some competition joining us next episode, but the backup striker you guys are going to suggest is signing with the players that I've showed in this episode. We could see joining the team next episode. And Nell here scores to make it 1-0. You'd have to see it, but I imagine PSG with the likes of Gyökeres, Ousmane Dembele and Kvaratskhelia are going to get a few goals against us in this game. Ousmane Dembele skips past Val, hit into the box here. Kvaratskhelia on the header, sorry, straight into the Gea though. Thiago can't win the header. I'm apparently giving away a free kick there somewhere. I would have said something to give them an advantage for. Kvaratskhelia puts it wide. And PSG are causing some issues here. There goes Rafael Nell. Nico Paz again over the top two. Nell here to repeat the trick. And he does it again here. The same goal pretty much. He scores again to make it 2-0. The ball over the top by Nico Paz into Rafael Nell. It worked the first time, so I thought, why not try it a second time? And Rafael Nell got the end of it, beat the defence, and found the finish there to beat Ederson in goal to make it 2-0 here to us. Well, PSG has shown some warning signs going forward, but we've proven we can score ourselves. And they haven't managed to score, obviously, but they've created some good chances, and Kvaratskhelia missed a fairly comfortable shot for him a minute ago. But Nell here scores to make it 2-0. He's on for a hat-trick in this game. You have to see, but it's a ball straight through here to Ousmane Dembele. Who's this? I'm not offside. Beraldo blocks, and it goes wide of the post. Gyökeres to Ousmane Dembele. Beraldo. What a challenge there from him. 25 million he cost us, and with that challenge alone there, if we do end up winning this game, it was worth it already. Gyökeres, Kvaratskhelia. Vitinha here, the Portuguese midfielder, ball into Kvaratskhelia, and that is 2 on PSG. They're back in this one. We give Nel a few more minutes to run it off. If he doesn't do so, then Cotrone's coming on. Can you win a header? No, you can't. Can you get to that ball? We can do so. Sangare. Carrying the ball forward here to form a PSG and Nottingham Forest man. He's still going here. PSG allowing him all the way through. Not so sure why that is, because he shoots and he scores. The PSG defenders were too worried about other players, and they just let Sangare through, and he makes them pay for doing so. Again, I'm not too sure why they let him do so. I'm not sure why someone didn't press him, because when he was on the edge of the box there, I couldn't really do anything else other than shoot if they did press. I couldn't find a pass. Like right here, they should have pressed, but it let him go through. He scores to make it 3-1 here. Let's bring on Cotrone for the rest of the game, and hopefully Nel is not too injured, because if so, then we have a big option. Well, we have a big decision to make going into the season. Referee, that's a weak free kick to give away, and he's given a yellow card for that as well. Okay, how much does Enrique pay you to do that? They're going to make a change here. They're going to take the free kick though. It's going to be Joker sending over. He hits it. The Swedishman actually scores. They brought Bradley Barcoda on off the bench. We know how good he is from the Spurs career mode. But Joker scores an incredible free kick there. Not sure why he's on them or why he's taking them, but he scores, so I guess he's got pretty good at them. And here's the out. But it's Matty Cash. Our wingers have been very quiet in this game in Peck and Diao. I mean, Peck's been offside twice, but other than that, he's not really done much. Kekere. And what I said, he's not really done much, but he has a chance to score here. Gabriel Peck shoots, and it's straight at Edison. I know you're both Brazilian, but it's not a passing draw there to pass it to the keeper. Anything. Don't just let it run on. Oh no, Kvaratskhelia shoots. De Gea, what a save. Nico Paz. He's going through here, the captain. Can he score? He shoots, but Edison saves it. Kvaratskhelia still going. Inside here, we can't let him shoot, we can't let him pass it either. Umasale makes a block. And now all we need to do is get it clear and we'll win the game. Saleh does so, and it's a 3-2 win for Como against the Champions League winners PSG. We just about get the victory here. They had a few big chances that they didn't score, but Nel with 2 goals and Sangare with the other. Hopefully Nel isn't fully injured, because I see he's a big player for us as our first team striker. But we win the UEFA Super Cup up against PSG, the Champions League winners. So it's a big statement for us that we are going to be able to compete in the Champions League against all the bigger teams. But losing Nel will be big for us. Obviously, he's scored 2 goals in this game. And well, Nico Paz going to step up here to lift another trophy for us. Obviously, the first one of this season. The UEFA Super Cup is a big one for us to win. And like I said, beating the Champions League winners is a big statement. But let's get into our first couple of games of the Serie A season up against Roma and AC Milan. Obviously, AC Milan won the league last season, and Roma have always been a tough team for us to face in this career mode. Alright, so as you can see, next game to be AC Milan, like I mentioned before, then Roma afterwards. And we did just beat PSG 3-2, as you saw, but we did draw against Parma 0-0. I'll assume that game with the second team. And there's one thing I want to talk about before we get into the game, is a new update that they've done into the game. So as you can see, they've changed the menu here. It's more kind of streamlined and more, a little bit cleaner. But the one thing they've removed for some reason is the ability to go into the standings. I'm going to press triangle. And usually it will bring up the standings and show you the league tables and everything. That was kind of nice to be able to do from it. Otherwise, you have to go all the way over here to office and then go to standings to do so, which is kind of long. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like, why not just have it here still? And if you go down past this one here, then you can't go back up. You know what I mean? You only can go up and down all the way to here. So they've got a few things that need to change. I probably aren't going to do so though. You have to go back over to notifications and back up here. Let's get into this one up against Milan here. And to draw in the first game up against Parma, let's get a big win here. And by the way, Rafael Nel is completely fine. He picked up like a 4-day injury, so he's completely fine for this game. Let's get into this one and hopefully start the season off with a big win against last season's league winners. And their fullback's given Diao a lot of room here to go forward. He's got Canate trying to stop him though. He gets inside there to Nico Paz. The Argentinian, he's got a good shot on him. He hits it and he scores to make it 1-0 here. 6 minutes into the game here, our captain scores to make it 1-0. So the new broadcast package for the Serie A is now live in the game, obviously, which looks pretty. It does look a bit nicer than the last one, and obviously we get to see it for this first episode here. I was kind of worried that wouldn't be in this save, because sometimes they do it when it's not actually in the old saves that you have before the update goes live, but they did put it into this one, which I do prefer when they do that. But Paz with a great shot makes it 1-0, and you love to see it. And our captain scores our first goal of the season in the Serie A. And makes it 1-0 to us in this one. The pressure, they got the ball out. Kekere. Why did he not turn back? Was there Pabega now coming forward? Alvaro Morata. There's Umasale defending him. That's a Berardo win a PSG game up against him. He was very, very good. I'm hoping he can put up a good performance in this one as well. And here's Diao does incredible there into Rafael Nel, who scored twice against PSG. And he scores here against AC Milan. And we're coming for Milan this season. This is a big statement if we do beat them here. Because obviously last season they beat us on the final day to win the league title. And right now we're 2-0 up against them in the second game of the season. And the Milan fans are wondering what they're seeing from this Como team as Diao here skipped Canate. And then Rafael Nel couldn't be stopped there. Pavlovic couldn't get to him. That's a great finish there by him. And like I said last season with him, he does miss a few big chances, but as he grows at his overall and his stats, that composure stat is going to go higher and higher. And we've seen this so far in this episode. You can tell he's got better with his composure because he's scored 3 times so far. Last season, he might have missed a couple of those chances or been saved by the keeper. But as of right now, I think he's 3 for 3 in terms of the shots that he's had, in terms of goals. And obviously he can create some as well as Nico Paz here. We're cutting through the Milan defence like it's not even near. And Peck makes it 3. Just gotten 20 minutes into the game. We take a 3-0 lead. And the Milan fans are going to be wondering what happened. Because last season, you can see them there, hands on heads. Last season, they beat us to win the league title. They were top of the table for a long time. And right now, so far, they're being ran through by the team. They thought it was beneath them. They thought it wasn't going to be a threat again this season. They thought we just did a miracle last season, finishing second. I see with the Champions League this season, we're going to be more spread out with some bigger games we need to play our first team in, so our second team needs to improve as well. On PSG here, 3-0 down inside 20 minutes. Morata there stopped by Umosale. And Ousmane Dembele is going to be wondering why he joined AC Milan from PSG right now, because the scoreline is pretty much the same. It's on the losing end anyway. And Nico Paz, can he get another goal for himself? He beats Canate. Paz shoots. It's 4-0. We are 4 for 4 in terms of shots taken in this game, by the way. The clinicality on show is insane. He's now 82 rated, Nico Paz, in this team. He's been a very, very good player for us throughout the whole series, since episode 1. That's why he's the captain. We're steamrolling AC Milan. It could be 5-0 here. If Nel can beat Canate, it's going to be 5-0. Rafael Nel, it's 5. "32 minutes. We scored 5 without a reply from Milan in their home stadium. And the team we're beating 5-0 won the league last season. And they were a tough team for us to beat when we played them. We are on smoke this season. We're coming for the throne. That's what we're doing. This is a statement. We're coming for that title. There's 2 seasons in a row we finished close to the title. That's a good say different De Gea. Like I said, in season 1, we were only 5 points behind them. We were league winners Napoli at the time in 5th place. We finished 5th. And last season we finished 2nd, 5 points behind AC Milan. It could be 6-0 here. It could be 6 in a second. It's going to be 6-0. What football we're playing. It's 6-0. I am cooking this episode right now. That football was incredible. And I was waffling as well throughout it. Yeah, the Milan fans are leaving. I don't blame them. I would if I was a Milan fan right now. I'd be gone. I'd be on my way home right now. Because 6-0 inside the first half is insane. Every highlight you're seeing is probably a goal. You're not seeing anything else other than me scoring a goal. You might see them attacking a little bit, but other than that, other than De Gea making 2 pretty good saves to stop them from scoring, they've done nothing in this game. There's Alex Val stopping him again. No, he couldn't do it for PSG. He's not be able to do it for AC Milan here. That's half time, 6-0 up. We're going to see the rest of this game. But what a performance so far by this team. We've got 2 10.10s, a 9.3 and a 9.5 for Valde. Let's jump to the result here. I wouldn't be surprised if Milan score 3 goals, but it's 7-0. They didn't even score 1 goal. And the young right back we signed scored a goal as well. 7-0. What are Roma thinking? Let's get into the game against Roma and see if we can do the same thing to them. All right, so after being AC Milan 7-0 away from home, let's get into this one against Roma and see if we can do the same up against them. Dovic here. Browder, good challenge. Rafael Nel here turns. Nel is going through here. The Portuguese striker to make it 1-0 here. Nel shoots and scores. It's 1-0 here to Como. Less than 10 minutes in, we take the lead. And Rafael Nel scores again. And he's becoming quite a clinical striker for us in this search. You can see by these couple of games that he's played. The PSG game, this game against Roma, and the one against Milan. He's scoring quite a lot of goals for us this season. Obviously, last season he did do the same. But he kind of missed a few big chances due to obviously being still a 70-rated striker. His composure still needs to be improved quite a lot. But his actual finishing ability in front of goal is very good. His stats in front of goal are good other than composure. And that's the one thing we're treading on him right now. And this season, it should be a much more better striker for us than he was last season. And that's saying something because the season he had last season was incredible. And Campaigner could have this one. He's going to be even better. Stovic there. Comes back to their player there, Martinez. Shoots, blocked by Salado again. Now clear. Skips the challenge out to defender, and he skips another one there. Great work there from him. And he could pass it. Looking for Peck, that was actually meant for Nel. And Nel picks it up. The Roma defender made a massive error there. He tried to lay it off back to the defender or the goalkeeper there, but he didn't put enough on it. And Rafael Nel sniffed at the danger and picked up the ball and scored. That was great striker's instinct there. As you can see, he tries to head it back to his fellow defender, but Nel just pokes it away and gets a shot away in off the post. That is a poacher's instinct there for Nel. And you'd love to see it. And it's 2-0 here, and he's on for a hat-trick in this game. Oh, that's so lucky there for Dovic. I hate when that happens in this game, man. That wouldn't happen IRL. Soleil can't stop him. Dovic goes through and scores, but it shouldn't have happened. Because when Beraldo made the block, there's no chance the ball's going to just fall straight back to Dovic there. It's jarring that happened, but it is what it is. Let's go with from Valde, drawing him in and then beating him for a bit of pace. There's after out to pass into, but he's still going here, Alex Val. He finds Nico Paz has got a good long shot on him. Nico Paz hits it, and Nico Paz scores. An absolutely incredible goal there to make it 3-1 here to Como. We're celebrating in front of our fans. And yeah, remember the name Nico Paz, because this season he's going to have a great. He's 82 rated. I can see him going to like an 85 this season. He's insane in this team. He's such a great player in this game, and that's a good shot. Maybe Cedar could do better there, but it probably looks like he's going to go over. But then he dips last second. Just underneath it, but just over him and underneath the bar. It's an awkward one for him because of that. It's not like into the corner space to come across it and watch it. It's literally just above him. It's harder for him to keep an eye onto it. And we make it 3-1 here. You have to see, and that's a great finish there by Nico Pass from range. Big here. Okay, Soleil just jumped past him pretty much, and it scores straight from kick-off. And it's going to be one of those games, is it? Now Diao here. Nico Paz is through here. It's actually Kakare, the Frenchman, scores to make it 4-2. It's goals galore in today's episode. 3 against PSG, 7 against Milan, and 4 here for us in this one. Obviously, we conceded 4 into the episode so far. And Kakare, who since we turned him into a deep line playmaker, has been a very, very good player going forward for us. Taking advantage of his pretty good shooting and passing abilities in the deep line playmaker role. He's been a great player for us in that role. I recommend you try him out in that position. Obviously, he does get to leave a bit of room in behind. Like you can tell in the episode sometimes he does leave a bit of room where he would be playing as a holding midfielder, like where he would be standing. But we'll play that Sangare there and the defence that we do have. I feel like having him in the deep line playmaker role is worthwhile because we can do well defensively. Dovic, denied by De Gea. Bove now. Martin Dovic, Martinez going through forward here, and he scores to make it 4-3. There's a lot of goals in this game. And the question is, should there be that many goals? Probably not, but, it is what it is. No hit. Try to get another one. Diao. There's no defending in this game. Simple as that. There's no defending in this game right now. I never know. The defenders just aren't there for either team. And Diao here makes it 5-3. It's insane, but it is where it is. You know what I mean? You get games like this occasionally. You just have to roll with it and move on with it. It is where it is, like I just said. It kind of takes you out of the realism of it. Sometimes, this game should have ended 5-3. It's stupid, but it is where it is. Sangari, good interception there. One into Diao. Nell's on for a hat-trick. Gonna get it here. Good opportunity for it. Nell, first time hits a hat-trick achieved for him. It's 6-3. It's insane. We're going to see the rest of the game because there's 30 minutes left and we've won the game. It's 6-3 here. Nell gets a hat-trick. You have to see it. We'll watch the replay again here. It's a good ball over the top. Like I said, there was just no defending in this episode. It was just none. Look how much room he has. Why does he have that much room? He shouldn't do so. But he makes it 6-3 here. Gets himself a hat-trick. You have to see it. We're going to sim the game here and we're going to go. Well, other than the game against Palmer, that's the only one we didn't play, and we've got a draw in that one. We're going to win every single game that we've played in today's episode. You have to see it. Let's get into the menu and then do the outro there. Alright, so as you can see, we've got 25 million to spend, and as I mentioned earlier in the episode, we need to buy a backup striker for Rafael this season. Catrone is a decent backup striker, but we need someone else to take over in that role for this season. Since we're in the Champions League, we need to improve our team massively. And so we do sit top of the table in the Series so far on 7 points after winning the games against Roma and AC Milan. So we also won the Super Cup in today's episode. And as I mentioned, we've got a bunch of great strikers there for us to choose from. We've got Vitesse, and obviously I went through these earlier in the episode, so you can go back and check that out if you want to go through the stats again of the players and check them out to see how good they are, etc. Fofana is actually a little bit more expensive than it was last time, if I'm not mistaken. But the player's looking pretty good. I see he has gone up in his price tag as well, so he's moved teams to the Ghana. So if you did want to sign Costulas, we could bring him in anyway. We do have 25 minutes to spend, so like I said, we can buy a backup striker, and that's some money left over. Samu's joined AC Milan. As you saw, Samu, like I said, Samu would be too expensive for us. Same with Calafiori and players like Lenior, it would have been too expensive for us this season for us to buy. That's why we went with the signings we did make. And in terms of a goalkeeper, the plans were to bring in Verbruggen this season, but like I said, the money we have isn't there for us to bring him in. If we had a little bit more money, maybe if we had 50 million left over, we could bring him in and a backup striker. That could have been possible, but right now, Verbruggen's a player that we can't bring in. And Messi was on the shortlist just because he's Messi. It would have been fun for us to have in this team at Cam at some point, but we have Nico Pasabafundi, so Messi never really fit into this team. And I do want to use Messi and Ronaldo in this game at some point. See, every year I do kind of use them in a career mode. Whilst they're still in the game, decent high ratings can use them. I will use Messi again in the future and definitely Ronaldo as well. But as of right now, Paz is doing a great job in the Cam role. 21, 82 rated now, and looks absolutely incredible. But like I said, that's going to call it for today's episode. So we brought in Beraldo in the episode and a backup right back in Tafaso as well, who's a very good backup player that we will most likely see at some point in this series. It may be next episode. But Beraldo's played pretty well, so he needs to just develop a bit more, get a little bit quicker and get into the defender role plus, and he will be a better defender for us in the team. And that's going to call it for this one. So go and enjoy, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. When there is 2,000 subscribers, to all hope getting there. It is greatly appreciated, and thank you for watching, and goodbye.